There is a candle in every soul, some brightly burning and some dark and cold. And there is a spirit who brings a fire, ignites a candle and makes his home. Carry your candle and run to the darkness, seek out the helpless, confused.
The Lord surely knew the qualities needed in a minister. Our family began serving at FCC in the summer of 2008. Thank you, Tom and Cash, for your faithful service in the ministry at Fayetteville Christian Church. You both display God's love in your own unique way. You reach many people in your interactions, and please know you are making a difference. Keep preaching the Word. Live your life for His glory. You are not only ministers, but to us, our family, you are family. We love you and treasure the many memories and look forward to more. Our blessings and prayers as you continue to grow in ministry. From Isaiah 52:7, how beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of him who brings good news. We love you. From the Smith family in Columbia, South Carolina.
We would do elder retreats down at Camp Rockfish, and I had this idea of what elders act like and things like that. I was the youngest of the elders, and that evening when everything was done, it was a whole bunch of us, Lyle and Tom, I think Damien was still around, Jim Doherty, Kevin Rappold, Kevin Smith, a bunch of these guys that I really respect. And once all the officialness of planning and vision casting was done, everybody went and changed into their pajamas, and a bunch of grown men older than me sitting around the campfire in flannel pants with their favorite sports teams. Tom's, of course, was the mighty Ohio State University Buckeyes. God bless him.
That was the time that Tom came and prayed with me at work. I was having a difficult school year. I taught elementary school. I think that year I was teaching 4th grade, and I had a student that was a bit more difficult, kind of a unique case, and it was making life very difficult. He met me out in the school parking lot at about 6:30 a.m. The sun was just coming up, and it was barely light outside, and he met me there in the parking lot and put his hand on my shoulder and prayed over me and prayed over my classroom and over our school. And I gotta tell you, it made that day so much better, but it made that whole year so much better, just knowing that I had a brother in Christ that was praying for me and that was thinking of me, and I'll just never forget that. So thank you, Tom. I love you, and I'm so glad that we're still connected and that we're still friends, even though we now live many hundreds of miles away from each other. And I just wish you many more successful years in ministry and also in life. And
one of the things I'll never forget about Cash is last year when Hurricane Matthew came along, I had just gotten out of the hospital with a knee replacement, and the power went out at our house. I happened to have a generator, and even though he was without power at his house and things were still not all that stable, he came over to my house and helped me by getting my generator hooked up and getting power to us at our house. That was above and beyond, talking about kindness.
His name because it reminds me of money. Because we learn about parables. The lost coin. There was a girl that had $10 and she lost one, but she put those down. She wrecked her whole house to find only that coin, and the others were stolen. But it says that it's only important to find the thing that you're looking for, but do what God's telling you to do. Okay?
Hey Tom, this is Kevin. I just want to take the time to say thank you for all that you do for the Lord, for our church, to tell you that we all appreciate so very much your work here at Fayetteville Christian Church, your time, your labors, your family, and all that includes. I think the one thing that I appreciate the most you or have seen and really am amazed at is your spirit in working with people. It seems like you have a gift for talking people off the ledge, if you will. As people get stressed or get drawn away from being focused on the Lord or focused on what they should be, you have an amazing ability to kind of bring them back to the center line, to bring them back to the Lord, to bring them back to where their heart should be.
It's his friendship. We've been friends now for a good long while, and our friendship has grown over the years since he's been here. He's the kind of guy I can talk to about anything. I know that anything I say to him will be confidential.
What I appreciate most about Cash is how happy he is every time that I see him. He always asks me how I'm doing. He's so excited to see Kason. He's just invested in my life. And when I see him talking to people out on Sunday morning, you can just see the love of Christ in his eyes, and he is just so welcoming to our visitors and our family at FCC. He's just a wonderful, happy, joyful person.
Is that he never takes himself too seriously. I can remember countless days in the office of us cracking up because he is mimicking whale sounds or is trying to sit on an inflatable lounger. And the fact that he brings that joy and that happiness not only into life but into every facet of life, and brings that same joy and that same fervor into his love for Christianity and his love for Jesus.
He's taught me to be a better Christian just by example. For as much as he preaches the word, he lives it. He's a father of 4, and I have a large family as well. He often compliments his wife, calls her the Fox, and he watches sports, big Ohio State fan, and just watching him in all of his interactions with people, kind words, leading with love, being available to serve, to listen, have all inspired me to try to do the same.
But is just watching him in his everyday walk, seeing what he does to go above and beyond to help people, just the behind the scenes amount of love and effort that he puts into the church as a whole, but also into this body of brothers and sisters.
Cash was a huge inspiration and model to me as Chelsea and I were battling the emotional journey of infertility the same time he and Christy were. He taught me not only through words of encouragement and support, but by leading through example throughout his own battle to trust in God's plan, no matter how difficult it is at times. Now we have both been blessed with 2 beautiful baby boys.
Jesus is my best friend, my best friend, my best friend. Jesus is my best friend. He's always there for me.
That few people in this world have the chance to impact the world the way you do. Being that we're a military community, and that means that pastors and our church are dealing with so many issues in this area that most people in the world never have to deal with. And just when you're starting to impact the lives of these people, the military moves them somewhere else in the world. But just remember, you first planted that seed that blossomed somewhere else and is making a positive difference in the world. So I want you to know, Tom and Angie, that we love you and thank you for all that you do.
Peggy and I express at this time what we feel year-round toward Tom and Cash. That is a deep appreciation for two awesome ministers and their families that have contributed immeasurably throughout the years to our spiritual lives. Tom, we are grateful that God has provided you with the ability to provide His Word in a manner that we have been able to learn from and that strengthens our faith. We are also endeared by Cash's sense of humor, unpretentious demeanor, and charisma that makes him, in our view, very approachable. Together, you are a great team that has provided spiritual edification, joy, and inspiration to our family. Again, the both of you and your families are awesome.
Some other way. See now your sister, she's been robbed and lied.